Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are making some cards. It's that time of year again where my aunt wants some thankful cards. So she had a very specific vibe in mind. We will be making, and this card here, I've already made 9 of them. And then this card here, and I've already made 9 of these. All right, so the process was a lot. It was a lot, you guys. It was a lot. All right. She had a very specific idea in mind, which was great. That means I didn't have to think of anything. However, what she wanted and what she found, I had to do a lot of work to get it to be able to be a card. And then when I cut everything, here can you see how raggedy that is? And I'm keeping it that way because I really liked the look on these cards. My trimmer blade is super dead. I really need a new trimmer blade. So this is going to be a really quick video because I prepped everything off camera and made all the cards already. But what I had to do was print out what she wanted, and then I had to scan it in because it was reasons, okay? I had to scan it into my computer, and then I had to go into Canva. And then in Canva, if you ever have to do something like this where you need a specific background in Canva, if you just go into the 8.5 by 11 document size and add 4 frames that are 4 by 5.25 or 5.2, they don't really do 5.25, 5.2, and then you can upload your photos and put them in. And that is how I printed all of these. She wanted 20 total, so I did 10 of each. So 2 sheets of 4 of each of these, and then 1 sheet with 2 of each on it. And that is how I did it. And it was a long process. Okay, it was a long process. And then I had to fuss to cut all these little chairs. But she had a plan. She had a vibe. I just do what she wants. That's what I do. But it took me forever. And if you ever need to know, and if you would want, I could try to do a tutorial for how I did it on Canva, but I don't know. And then I trimmed everything out. And like I said, my Fiskars trimmer, I really need a new blade, but I liked the raggedy look. So, and then the card bases and envelopes I got, they're an old pack of the box I got from Walmart ages ago. And the other ones are from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and then I just put, because I figured it had to have some kind of dimension because the other card does. And that is it. And inside I stamped Thankful for You, which is from this May Made It. Say It Thankfully. It's right there. Say It Thankfully set. So I use that on both cards. Okay. Now for this one. This one's a little bit more difficult, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did, though I went a little crazy and I literally stamped all of them, and I didn't want to. I lost track. So I cut everything also. I printed everything on cardstock, so it would be a little bit thicker. She wanted the door to open. So once I printed everything out and cut everything out, I just came in with my ruler and my blade, and I lined it up across the back. I lined up one of the lines with the edge. Let me see if I can show you. So here I'm using this as the edge of the door. You see that? So I just lined up one of my lines across the bottom of the door right here, and then along the edge because those pumpkins are there, but we still need to trim it open. And that's all I did to get this exactly where I needed it to go. So I just used 2 lines. One line running up the back of the door that will not get sliced. We're not slicing this. This is the this is the hinge of the door. And then 1 line across the bottom of the door. And I'm going to stop at that line because I know that's where I need to stop. So I have it on this 6-inch line. And when I pull the blade over, I am just going to stop at that 6-inch line on my ruler. And that gives us this little pop open here. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I was using this little edge because it's right before the curve of the door. this little edge here. You can't really see it on camera, but in person, it's a little shadowy edge, and that's what I was using as my edge. So once again, I lined up the bottom where I had already cut with one of the lines. So I'm using the 2 right here because that's what's right here. And then I'm going to end at the 7 because that's where the curve is. That's where the curve starts, and just pull down and end at the 2. And now I have this. And all I will do is start opposite of this line. So right here is the line right above my ruler. Like I said, you can't see it. There's a line. And it's right across is another line. And that's where I'm going to start cutting my curve. So then this, all of this right here will not be cut. That's our hinge. So I'm just going to start right here at this curve and go around the curve, and I was turning the paper, not my blade. And then I will stop right where it cut. So now we have that. Okay? Easy peasy. All right, and then how I did this here. And this, by the way, is a Dollar Tree stamp. It's this one right here. So all I did was take, when this was, oh, I have a blank one right here. So I put the blank one in, okay? And I put this where I wanted it to be, where I knew I would glue it down, that I had like an even amount around the edges. And then I pulled up the door and I laid the stamp down and tucked it because it was longer. So I tucked it underneath here. And then when I picked this up, the stamp was sitting there, and I just pulled this over and lifted the stamp up. Okay, I can, hold on, let me just do it for you so you can see what I did. That's why I wanted to, but of course, I'm a dum-dum and I did them all. I did them all by accident, not paying attention. Let me put this away because it keeps falling everywhere. All right. So what I did was I used my magnet and put the card front down. This looks good to me. It looks even all around. So I just picked up the magnet, put it back down, and then I lifted up the door and I laid this right here. And I think actually what I did was just this and held it down and then picked it up. That's it. Okay, easy peasy. All right, and then all we're gonna do is take our glue, and I'm gonna glue everything but this door. So I'm gonna do a line of glue up the hinge side. Okay. And then lay it out where I wanted it to be, and see, I can pick this up, and then you'll see my camera, I think, is too far away. All right, I think I moved it by accident. It's very easy to bump my camera. It's like right here up above me, and it's very easy to bump it. And that was it. And then Thankful for You stamped inside. Now, I might add some stuff to it yet, but I don't know. But these are it. Very quick video. These are the 20 cards that she wanted, the 2 styles of each. And then I have the envelopes. Like I said, these ones came from Hobby Lobby, these maroon ones. I just thought they looked really good with this background here, and she wanted the door open, so that's why the door is open. Personally, I just would have kept the door closed, but you know, I did want to stamp Thankful in here, but I didn't have one small enough. It was going crooked. I wanted to do like a bunch of words, but I didn't have any small enough to do like thankful, grateful, blessed all through this door. I didn't have enough small words. I mean, I could have, I guess, put it in my Cricut, but I actually kind of really like the flower instead, and then it just says thankful inside. So that are these, and like I said, these are from Walmart. I got them on clearance ages ago. And there you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.